We are under the lights this evening as we get you set for another edition of Baseball on the Show. Tonight, an intriguing matchup between the Chicago Cubs and the Cincinnati Reds. It's Baseball on the Show, and it's coming up next. Tom Lim will be on the mound for the series opener. What's your take on him, Dan?
Hey, Matt, we're going to get a chance to look at a guy that throws, I call it a sweeper. It's kind of it's a hybrid between a slider and a curveball. It's a big sweeping breaking ball, and if he has a good one, you'll see lots of swings and misses early on.
Stepping up now, Eddie James. Watch is fully in effect these days as he's potentially closing in on a historic triple crown. He leads all three categories.
If you want to win the Triple Crown, you have to drive in a lot of runs, and this guy's done that. He's driven in several in the last 10 games.
Well hit, but also well fouled into the seats and left. And now he'll foul this one off as well to fall behind here. No balls and 2 strikes.
Come on, big guy, stay out of
the 0-2 delivery. Hit sharply on the ground. And the inning will continue as that's through for a 2-out hit.
Wow.
Well, you know what? Good hitters are good hitters for a reason, D-Row. And to be able to hang in there on an 0-2 pitch and still be able to get a base hit, this guy's about as good as it gets.
Yeah, I'm blown away by this guy, Dan. You wouldn't know if you showed up. You wouldn't know if it's 2-0, 3-1, 0-2. Counts do not matter. This guy trusts in his craft.
Brennan David.
Runners on the move for second. Bounce to first. And he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. So no runs here on a base hit, no errors, and 1 man left aboard. It's the Cubs 0 with the Reds coming to bat. You're watching Major League Baseball on the Show. At the plate, Eddie James. He singled his last time up.
Yeah, and they take another single right here. That third base coach is dying to wave his arms. I wouldn't.
And a sliding try there at third, but it skips by him, a base hit. Throw into second. Thought about going for second, but instead, now they've got him in a pickle. They put the tag on him. So stepping in, Tristan Lutz, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. Here's a pop-up now. James waits on it, and that retires the side. Danger averted following the 2-out double. Back with more Monday Night Baseball following this. Stepping in, Eddie James, already 2 for 2. He'll look to add on right here.
Right here, one time.
First pitch of the at-bat. A swing and a drive to center field. That one's got a chance. Center fielder going back. And that one is gone. So it's a solo shot to dead center. So he just continues to club the baseball at an alarming rate as the Cubs are out in front now 2-0.
Well, it's obvious they didn't change their scouting report after yesterday's game. He had 2 bombs yesterday and another one today. Hey, this pace can't continue, but he's going to ride this wave as long.
Eddie James will stand in yet again as we flash you back to the middle innings. This was a turning point here, a solo home run that was really one of the key at-bats of the ball game to this point.
Hey, get your pitch.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. A swing and a shot hit down the corner. And nearly a 3-run shot. Instead, it's a foul ball. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Belted high and deep into right center. Right fielder looking up. Unbelievable. A home run. I don't believe what I just saw. I don't believe what I just saw. So a 3-run shot to right center field, his second of the game, and it's suddenly a 5-1 ball game.
What a piece of clutch hitting. This team is holding on to a slim lead, and he blows this thing wide open with a 3-run blast. That could be the nail in the coffin. Yeah, and they know this is going to be a tough stretch on the road. To win the first game of the series has got to feel pretty good. Something to build on for tomorrow.
This evening's game comes to an end, 5-4 the final tally. The Cubbies host road win number 40 on the year. Justin Steele earns win number 7 on the season. Tom Lim pitched well, allowing only 2 earned, but ends up taking the loss. Adrian Morejon earns the save out of the bullpen, his 46th. So that just about does it for Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, Heidi Watney, and our entire crew. I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, make your way over to theshownation.com.
Here now is the final line score tonight. First for the victorious Chicago Cubs. 5 runs, 10 hits, no errors.
We are under the lights as the show gets you ready for another edition of Major League Baseball. A good matchup here for you tonight between the Chicago Cubs and the Cincinnati Reds. Reds baseball starts right now. Bob Harms will be on the bump for game 2 of the series. What do we need to know here, Danny?
Hey, you take a look at that ERA. That's a little bloated right now. This guy's a better pitcher than that, but he hasn't been real consistent. 1 good game, 1 bad game. I think what he needs to do, if he can string together 3 or 4 good quality games in a row, that ERA will start creeping back down. He definitely needs to start pitching a lot better than he has up to this point, and it'll be interesting to see if he can turn it around in this one.
First pitch on its way. That ball hit high and deep. Stretch. You can't put it on the board. Yes! A solo shot here to straightaway right field. So he just continues to club the baseball at an alarming rate. And the Cubs are on the board first, 1-0.
Boy, talk about when you're hot, you're hot. Hits 2 bombs yesterday and another long bomb so far today. When this guy gets hot, he's near impossible to stop. I'm not giving this guy a pitch anywhere close to it.
Striding into the box, Eddie James. He went deep in his first at-bat. We'll see what he's got in store for us here.
Going back to that last AB, that was the Express. That was an upper 90s fastball that he turned around. So I think with this guy, you might want to try to incorporate some more off-speed pitches.
Hit out towards second. He's got it. And there's out number 2. Digging in once again, Eddie James comes in 1 for 2 with that home run he hit earlier. Here's the first pitch to him. Hard hit ball to second. And that's the second out. Into the box now, Jose Perez, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. Bunt for a base hit here as he gets this one down. And he'll step on first himself for the out. Eddie James will stand in again, but first we'll flash you back to the very first inning of the ball game. And here you go, a solo home run that had him off and running early on. From the belt, the pitch. Driven deep at the wall. It is gone. A two-run blast to straightaway right field. His second home run of the game.
Yeah, Grandpa's
And they
saying
double
so
him up. It's
made
8-4.
Chris's house out in South Elgin. Huh? Grandpa's at someone's house. South
Second
Elgin.
home
The guy
run of
first
the
name
game
Chris.
right there. He is locked in at the plate. You hear so many of today's players talk about rhythm and timing. Well, he is perfectly on time in the heart of the zone.
I know either, man.
Your attention, please. Pinch hitting for the Reds.
Kojak house. So you got a place out in South Elgin.
Is on the ground over to first. Fielded cleanly, and he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. 9 men come to the plate, however, 5 of them score. 8th inning coming up. It's the Reds 9 and the Cubs 8. Ready to take his hacks again, Eddie James, as he'll look to follow up the 2-run homer he launched over the wall last time up.
This guy's having a pretty good week so far in one game. His last at bat is second home run of the game. We'll see if they'll pitch him a little bit more carefully in this AB.
Here comes the first pitch. This is on the ground over to first. And that is through into right field for a single.
Every game the pitcher gets the lineup card, he circles the guy that can't beat him. Well, obviously he didn't circle this guy. That's his 3rd knock of the game, and he has been on fire lately.
Quick check on that time run at first, and he'll dive back in safely.
We need you right now. Let's go, kid.
And again a throw, runner back safely.
Hey, drive him in. No one better right now.
First pitch on its way. A pitch out. The throw, and it's not in time as he's in well ahead of the throw.
Well, they guessed right on the pitch out there, and I thought they might have cut him down, but the throw from behind the plate was just a little off target to the left of the bag. Could have been the difference there.
Hey, big moment. We need you. Here you go. He's going.
Runner goes for third. Skied into straightaway right. Lutz will have plenty of room as he makes the catch, and there's a big out number 2. Ready for another chance? Gabriel Arias. He'll go to work on getting that tying run home from second. Runner breaks for third. Slow grounder to first. Scooped up, and he'll step on first for the out, and the ball game is over.
Good job there to slam the door for the win, and they finished the month with a bang, just the way you want to.
A close one, 9-8 at the end of the game in this one. The Cincinnati Reds seal up their 30th win at home on the season. Reed Schaller wins in relief for the 8th time this year. Miguel Figueroa hammers down the save, his 34th. So that's a wrap here tonight. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plezak, and Heidi Watney, this is Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, find us on Twitter at MLB The Show.
The final line score for our ball game tonight. For the victorious Cincinnati Reds.
We are under the lights this evening as we get you set for another edition of Baseball on the Show. Coming up, we've got a good matchup in store between the Chicago Cubs and the Cincinnati Reds. It's Reds Baseball on the Show, and it's coming up next. Monty Bloomquist will be the one towing the rubber for the Reds. What do we need to know here, Danny?
Hey, his last one was good. I'm sure he'd like to pitch a little bit better. Was able to get into the 7th inning. Got a no decision in his last one. He needs to get off to a good start here to try to get him and the team in the win column.
Stepping up to the plate, Eddie James watches fully in effect these days as he's potentially closing in on a historic triple crown. He leads all 3 categories.
Winning the Triple Crown is really magical. Think about it. How many guys can hit for power, hit for average, and drive-in runs? This guy's had a phenomenal season, and we're keeping our fingers crossed that he can win it.
Here's a ball well struck for the right field corner, and that'll get down out there for extra bases. And they'll keep it going here as he's in with a double.
Hey, D-Row, are you aware of this after that knock right there? That's an 11-game hitting streak. You think he knows it's at 11?
I think he knows exactly that it's at 11. It starts off innocent. You just want to get a few knocks to get the hitting coach off your back. Next thing you know, you wake up, you've been sleeping easy for almost a week, 8 days. Now we're on 11. This guy's dinner tastes different.
Now at the plate, Brennan Davis. And there you see the numbers over his last 8 contests. He's really been leading the charge for this team.
All right, one more time, right here.
And he got him.
Wow, that's awfully impressive right there. The pitch before was really close. Called the ball. What does he do? He comes back with a better pitch and gets the punch out.
Batting 5th, the shortstop, Gabriel.
And the slider gets him swinging. 2 gone.
Well, his struggles continue. It's been a rough go of it at the plate with him, and watching this at-bat, it's clear to me that his rhythm and timing, they're just all off. Even as a pitcher like I was, you can tell these things and exploit them.
Batting
All right,
6th,
one time, right
the
here.
catcher, Francisco.
Soft liner to the right side, and this is taken for the out. Only 1 in the inning for the Cubs. We'll move on to the bottom half of inning number 1. It's the Cubs 1, the Reds coming up. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. So digging in now, Eddie James. He's coming off a month in which he earned National League Player of the Month recognition. First pitch on its way. And there's a base hit on the line.
Make a turn, pick up the ball.
So a ringing single here to center field makes it 2 hits for him on the night. And as we take a look at the Cubs leaders in that department, you can see he's right at the top leading this Chicago roster. Into the box now, Brennan Davis. 1 in, 1 out, and 1 on here in the inning. The 3-1, but he won't draw a throw. That's taken for ball 4, and it's 1st and 2nd now with 1 away.
Yeah, the pitching coach would hate to go to the bullpen this early in the game, but sometimes you have no choice. On the flip side, he might just get in his face a little bit out there, try to challenge him, wake him up from his funk. Either way, we'll see how it works.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Gabriel Arias. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up.
And you can live with punching out with the bases empty, but in his last at-bat with 2 runners in scoring position, you cannot go down not putting the ball in play. Too much on the line, too many ribby opportunities out there to swing and miss in that spot.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. The throw. It skips in and he's safe. Close play, but he's in there. So both men in motion that time, but they narrowly avoid running themselves out of the inning as the batter strikes out on the pitch.
Now batting,
Stepping into the box, Francisco Mejia hit it hard but lined out in his first at-bat. This is pulled into right, and he dives to make a spectacular catch. What a play there to end the inning. One more look at the full extension catch that strands two men on the base paths. The three of us return with more Wednesday Night Baseball after this.
Welcome back as the Reds look to get the offense going in the third, and this is a lineup that has had its struggles this season. Specifically, power has been nowhere to be found. They enter the day with the lowest slugging percentage and fewest home runs in the league, which has led to a lot of media criticism, especially locally. One player told me, "It's obviously a huge problem that we need to figure out as a group, but until we start driving the ball like we think we can, we need..."
Digging in now, Eddie James. He singled his last time up.
Eddie James.
Hey now, Ryder. Here we go, baby.
Here comes the first pitch. Line to the right side, but a foul ball. Morrell, the runner at third. Green over at second. Bellinger on at first with two down. He pulls this one high and deep to right center field. He leaps, but he can't get it. It's down for extra bases. 2 runs have scored. To third now, but he's safe. As on the play, 3 runs come across to score.
Well, Dero, you know, they say records are made to be broken, and what a monster year this guy's had.
Yeah, there it is, Dan. Most RBIs in one season. I can't begin to tell you as a former offensive player what that means. You want to put biscuits in the basket, runs scored in ribbies, and this guy's the best in the business right now.
Up next for the Cubs.
Now the Cubs' 4-hole hitter, Brennan Davis. It was a walk in his last trip.
See it driving.
The 1-1. And he gets him to pop it up on the right side of the infield. Malone has got it, and the side is retired. So 3 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and a man left. To the bottom of inning number 4 we go. The Cubs are on top, 5-0. 7th inning ready to roll, and next to bat will be the first baseman, Eddie James.
Eddie James.
Hey, like you can right there. Square it
Now
up.
the pitch. Hangs on him a bit that time as it's belted out toward deep center field. Unbelievable! A home run! I don't believe what I just saw. I don't believe what I just saw. So it's a solo shot to dead center, so he just continues to club the baseball at an alarming rate, and it's now 6-3. So striding in, Stephen Dillard. He's 1 for 4 for the game.
Steven Dillard.
A bouncer up the middle. He's got it to second for 1. On to first. And talk about doing the job out of the bullpen. 1 batter, 2 outs, and the inning is over. So they get a couple of runs on 2 hits, no errors, and no one left aboard. We've played 8 full, and we are all even at 6 apiece. Standing in a perfect 4 for 4 so far, Eddie James. And we'll see if he can put together a rare 5-hit performance here.
Wait on that thing. Hey, need you right now. Come on, go.
Here's the first pitch. Hit sharply toward the right side. And that's through into right field for a base hit. The runner from second crosses the plate.
Dan, you'll take RBIs any way you can get them, but when they give your team the lead in the late innings, man, that feels good.
Oh, it especially does, especially when you start to score runs late in the game off of quality pitching. When runs are at a premium, that's one makes you feel really good about yourself.
Striding in once again, Brennan Davis, 0 for 3 to this point.
Yeah, not his game so far. He's such a good hitter. We all kind of expect him to pick up 2 or 3 hits most of the time. That's not really how baseball works, though.
The 0-2 home. This is popped up. Malone has a play, and he hauls it in for the first out of the inning. Ready now, Gabriel Arias. He comes into this appearance in the midst of a 1 for 4 day.
Gabriel Arias.
Pulled high in the air out to left field.
See if it falls.
Ramos is going to get there as he backs up to put it away, and there are 2 gone now. Big spot here. First and second, 2 men gone, and that'll bring in the catcher, Francisco Mejia. And there he goes towards second. Hit weakly back to the mound. And the throw to first is in time, but the damage has been done as the side is retired. Only 1 in the inning for the Cubs. Heart of the order, 3, 4, and 5 will get their shot in the bottom of the 9th. Cubs lead it 7-6.
Well, listen, you always want to finish strong, and they've done a real good job here, notching a win on the first day of September. They're hoping that's a sign of good things to come in this final month of the season.
A tight one, 7-6, the final score tonight. Chicago came through when it mattered in the 9th on the way to the win. Nolan Blackwood wins his 4th game out of the bullpen this year. Adrian Morejon records the save, his 47th of the campaign. So that just about does it for Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, Heidi Watney, and our entire crew. I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, make your way over to theshownation.com.
Here now is the final line score tonight. First for the victorious Chicago Cubs, 7.
Afternoon baseball here on the show. Today we've got a good matchup in store between the Chicago Cubs and the Cincinnati Reds. It's Reds baseball next on the show. Daniel Espino will be the one towing the rubber for the Reds. Dan, any thoughts?
Hey, this guy's had a real solid season up to this point. ERA under 3.5, which is saying something in these high-scoring games we see now in the game of baseball. This guy knows how to pitch, and if he's on, he knows how to minimize the damage. He'll be fun to watch in this one.
Now in the box, Eddie James. Watch is fully in effect these days as he's potentially closing in on a historic triple crown. He leads all 3 categories.
It's really hard to put together one of those monumental seasons. This guy's got a shot at the triple crown, hitting well over 300 in his last 10 games.
Popped him up. Bush is under it. He makes the play, and that'll end the inning. 3 up, 3 down for the Cubs. It's the Cubs 0 with the Reds coming to bat. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. At the plate, Jose Gutierrez. He's been a factor in the series with 5 RBIs on 3 hits.
Gutierrez.
Now the 3-2 pitch. Grounded up the first baseline, reined in, and he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. Reds are down in order. We'll move to the 3rd with no score. Stepping into the box, Eddie James. He flew out in his last at-bat.
Almost, Matty. Almost went deep his last AB. Certainly just missed it. With this guy's big power, he's feeling pretty good at the dish. Look for him to try and get on something and drive it out of the yard this AB.
First pitch of the at-bat. Driven deep at the wall. It is gone. A solo shot here to straightaway right field. So he just continues to club the baseball at an alarming rate. And the Cubs are on the board first, 1-0.
Well, if you're going to get your first hit of the game, you might as well do it with a bang. He thought he could squeeze one past him, but he thought wrong.
Coming to the plate now, Eddie James, and he's the reigning recipient of the National League's Player of the Month award. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. That ball hit high and deep. Stretch, stretch. You can put it on the board. Yes! Solo shot to right center, his second of the game, and with it, the Cubs have battled back to tie things at 2.
Well, he's as hot as anybody in the game right now, hitting a homer yesterday and 2 more today. They need to rethink whatever strategy they're using to pitch to him because he's killing them.
Now at the plate, Jose Perez.
Now batting, catcher, Jose Perez.
Looking to put him away. Here's the 0-2. Bouncer to the left side. To second for 1. On to first, and they get the double play. But boy, was he ever upended at second base. So in now for Chicago, Eddie James. He comes in 2 for 3 with a couple of home runs thus far on his line.
This guy's having a pretty good week so far in one game. His last at-bat, his second home run of the game. We'll see if they'll pitch him a little bit more carefully in this AB.
Oh, and he hammers it to deep right field. It is gone. Holy cow. Oh, my goodness. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. A solo shot here to straightaway right field. His 3rd home run of the ball game, and just like that, it's now a 5-2 ball game.
Well, in hockey, they call it a hat trick. Hitting 3 home runs in one outing is a heck of a lot harder and a lot more rare. He's having an afternoon he'll never forget. Well, in hindsight, it was the right choice to let the setup guy stay in the game and finish this thing. I wasn't so sure before, but the results sure speak for themselves.
6-2, the final total today. The Cubs blasted 5 home runs en route to victory. Quinn Priester wins in relief for the 8th time this year. Corey Eddy works 2 full innings in relief to record the save, his 2nd. So that just about does it for Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, Heidi Watney, and our entire crew. I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, make your way over to theshownation.com.
Here now is our final line score this afternoon. First for the victorious